Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here at the O'Reilly's Irish Kelly Par here in the Haight-Ashbury district here in San Francisco. Welcome to 49ers football audio watch party virtual cast. Professor P here. We're going to the 49ers and Seahawks are just moments away from kicking off. Right now in the fourth in overtime in Denver at Mile High in Power Field in Denver. The Bills and the Broncos tied at 30-30 in overtime. It's a classic ball game, back and forth game. The winner of that game will take on tomorrow's winner of the Patriots-Texans game for the American football, or for the AFC Championship next Sunday. Niners at Seahawks. That is just getting underway. The winner of the Niners of this game will play tomorrow's Rams-Bears winner for the NFC Championship 1 week from tomorrow. So right now we're going to get into that game in just a few moments. The Broncos got the ball. They're in overtime. Whoever scores first will score the next points, will win the game and punch your ticket to the AFC Championship. So we are going to get you to the game right away. We're just so we'll so we're about to we're going to take this time out and we'll be right back right after this. All right, so we're under delay for a few moments. That game is supposed to get ready to kick off. We'll continue to give you an update. It's 30-30 in favor of the Broncos and the Bills in overtime in Denver. We'll send you out to Seattle in a few moments. We're doing this audio cast virtual live, so we're just being delayed right now. I know here at the O'Reilly's Pub, so they're about to switch it to that. So we'll take this time out. We'll be right back. All right, we're having some technical difficulties right now. We're going to continue to. We will give you the game in a few moments. We're just with our technical difficulties right now between the Niners and the Niners and the Niners and the Seahawks and the NFC Divisional Playoffs should be getting underway right now. We are under delay with our technical. Well, there's a technical difficulty, so we'll send you out there in just a moment. So we're under delay. We will give you the game. We'll give you the game in a few minutes. We'll take this time out. So we'll be right now. We're back on live. We're just having some delays, and right now we're having some technical difficulties with the system. So we are going to get you out there hopefully in a few moments with the Seahawks and the 49ers. That game should be getting underway right now. And Niner fans are waiting patiently for the conclusion of this game. And right now it's 30-30, the score between Buffalo and Denver in Denver. So the winner of this game, the Bills are getting ready to go for it. Looks like they're going to get ready to line up for a game-winning field goal. So we're going to just hopefully get underway and we will give you an update. The 49ers and the Seahawks, this is the rubber match. The winner of this semifinal will play tomorrow's winner between the Bears and the Lions or the Rams. So this is right now the Bills got the ball, and they're going to get ready to. They have the ball, I believe it. So we're going to get you to that game in a few moments. We're having some technical difficulties with the video stream. So we will take this time out. We'll take this time out. We'll be right back. Here we go. So, getting ready for the game. Quick, in the active list, Isaac Garando, Justin for the Niners, Isaac Garando, Jordan Watkins, Brendan Parker, Robert Beal Jr., Kevin Givens, Sebastian Valdez, and Jair Brown are out or inactive. For the Seahawks, Jalen Milroe, Josh Jones, Bryce Cabledew, Mason Richmond, Riley Mills, and Jared Ivey are all inactive for the Seahawks. So we're just getting ready to kick it off here as we're here broadcasting live here at the Irish Kelly Pub, O'Reilly's. And coming out to raise up the 12th flag is, who is it? It's Baldwin, the former Seahawk wide receiver, raising the 12th flag, and it's their domain in Seattle. So the 49ers have won the toss, and they have elected the first for the second half. So the Seahawks will get the ball first. Eddie Pinheiro is going to kick it off for San Francisco. The kick returners for the and kick it off as number 22 to the 35-40. Quick to the outside. He could be one-man trouble to the 40. He could go all the way to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown. Nope. And there's a flag on the play. It's going to be brought back. So it's going to be brought back. The special teams become the difference as the penalty marker back. So, looks like it's going to be brought back. It's speechless, KB. So, he's trying to warm up in these games. To the crib, 97 yards to start. But there is a flag. So, we'll see. And the touchdown will stand. It's a 97-yard kickoff, and he returned a 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And there was and the flag was against Sanford for the 49ers on Pinheiro on the tripping. So that's going to be a touchdown. And just like that, Seattle scores. They give up a touchdown. The Niners haven't. So just like that, the Seahawks waste no time striking first on a 97-yard kickoff return. And the kick is up, and it is good. Just like that, Seattle strikes first on a 97-yard kickoff, and that sets the tone. Seahawks they've always been their trademark over the years, special teams. So it was a great. And the special teams for the 4 that's not like the Niners to give up big plays like that. And that opening kickoff sets the tone right there. So it's Rashid Shaheed, the only player to return a kickoff and a punt return for a touchdown this season. Third return this season. Right. So it's a 97-yard kickoff return. And it was a 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. So just like that, the Seahawks lead at 7-0. And they waste no time. So now let's see how the Niners can respond to the Seahawks. And the penalty marker is down about at the 25-yard line. So the penalty against the Seahawks. So the Niners are going to. Brock Purdy in his career is 4-0 versus the Seahawks. Ricky Pearsall, who missed last Sunday's game against Philadelphia, is back in there with, and then Trent Williams is in there. We'll give you the lineups in just a moment. 1st and 10. Brock Purdy in there. He has never lost to the Seahawks up at the Link at Lumen Field in Seattle. 1st and 10. And Purdy back to pass. He has his time. He's under pressure. He's knocked away, and it's incomplete. And it's a fumble. They call it a fumble, and he's going to go all the way. So it's going to be an incomplete pass. So it'll be 3rd down coming up for the 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, Kyle Juszczyk, both Pro Bowlers have made All-Pro. Juan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall's in there. Jake Tongues filling in for the injured George Kittle. 3rd down and 6. They've completed 50% of their 3rd down conversions, number 1 in all of football. Purdy back to pass on 36. Under pressure, he got to roll out. He's got to throw. It's complete to the tight end, Jake Tongues, who made the big game-winning touchdown pass against the Seahawks in Week 1 last year. We're back in September, back in Week 1. So that's good enough for a 49er 1st down. 1st and 10. So Purdy so far is 2 of 3 for 11 yards. Just tuning in, Rashid Shaheed returned a 97-yard kickoff return, his 3rd one returned this season. 1st and 10, handed off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey finds some real estate, and he moves up. And it'll be a 2nd down play for the 49ers. For the DeMarcus Lawrence, Leonard Williams, Byron Murphy, Derek Hall, Ushina Nasua, Ernest Jones IV, Drake Thomas, the linebacker, secondary, Devon Witherspoon, Kobe Bryant, Julian Love, Josh Joby, and Nick Imoragi. So 2nd down and 3. 2nd and 3. In motion goes Jennings. Is a toss to Brian Robinson. And Brian Robinson picking up some change on the play. So it will be 3rd down on the play. 3rd down in a 1. 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1 for the 49ers. Luke Farrell goes in there, the tight end. 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1, single back is McCaffrey. Jennings in motion. And McCaffrey trying to find the roast. He will not get the 1st down. He's been stuffed just short. Murphy with the stop, and it's going to be 4th down. So it's no gain on the play. So And the Niners are going to go for it. If they convert right here, they will. In motion goes McCaffrey. 4th down, shotgun formation. Purdy. And time. Throws. Caught. And then the play's been ruled dead. And it's a timeout by the Seahawks. So the Seahawks go timeout there first. So the play was ruled dead. So we'll take this timeout. And it's 7-0. Or it's no, we're not going to take that. They're the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL, allowed 17.2 points, allowed the fewest by a Seahawks team in more than a decade. 3.7 yards rushing per attempt. So the Seahawks are going for it on 4th down. Mike McDonald, his 2nd year as head coach. Taking over the Seahawks for the long time. Pete Carroll 2 years ago. Last year they went 10-7. Almost barely missed the playoffs last year. They go to 14-3, best in the NFC. 14 wins. It's an all-time new franchise record. 4th and 1 right here. So it's 4th down, single back. McCaffrey. It's Tunges in motion, and it's now Juszczyk. 4th down. And it's Juszczyk trying to find for the first time. Oh, he falls out of bounds. And the Seahawks, the Niners don't get the first down, and they will turn over the ball over on downs. And Kyle Shanahan is furious. And we'll take this timeout with 11:16 to play. It's 7-0 Seattle. Back to the action. So now the Seahawks will have the ball. Sam Darnold dealing with the oblique in the first, and the handoff to the running back. It's Kenny Walker, who had a big game against the 49ers 2 weeks ago in Santa Clara. So, and they're not going to huddle. They're going no huddle. It's going to be second down. And Darnold back to throw, 2nd and 6, and the pass is complete to, I believe it's Walker. And that's going to be enough for a Seahawks first down. Kenny Walker, another completed pass. So it's 1st and 10. They're going no huddle right now. They're going no huddle right now. Shotgun formation. Darnold back to throw under pressure. He throws. It's nearly intercepted. And it was the wide receiver for the Seahawks.
The year that he has had 4,000 yards, 25 touchdowns, and winning 14 games back-to-back years from 2 different teams. First player to ever do it. Pretty cool. Yeah, he's had a solid season. I think just managing his offense, and they have quite a few good skill players. He's a tough guy. He's kind of
so it's a second down play for the Seahawks. They are up 7-0, I should say. Rashid Shaheed with a 97-yard kickoff. It's a power sweep on the left side and looking for some room, and that's going to be enough for a first down and more, and that pushes them deep into Niner territory. Just like that, the Seahawks are starting to get control of this ball game. It was Charbonneau with the carry. Zach Charbonneau with the ball carry. That's enough for a first down for the Seahawks. So it's 1st and 10. As they're now close into field goal range, 1st and 10. Ball at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10. And it's Charbonnet again. Charbonnet juking and flying. So for the Seahawks offense, it's Charles Cross, the lineman, Gary Zabel, Jalen Sudell, Kenneth Walker, Robbie Out, Jackson Smith, Geneva, Cooper Kupp, the former Ram, and former in Eastern Washington alum and graduate. 2nd and 6. Shotgun formation for Darnold. Darnold back to pass. He sets, he throws, commit to Kupp. And Kupp catches the ball. He's out of bounds. He's just short of a first down. It'll be 3rd down coming up. Boy, defensively, Bryce Huff, Kalia Davis, Jordan Elliott, Yermos Gross, Luke Gifford, Eric Kendricks, and linebacker D. Williams. Bernardo Green, Marquise Siegel, Malik Mustafa, Dominic Lenore. 3rd down and 1. They're in the tush-push formation. And 3rd one, and he pushes this movement forward, and that's going to be enough for a first down. The plays rolled at the spot. That's going to be enough for a first down for the Seahawks. That's enough for a first down. The Niners got to try to hold the Seahawks so they can take control of this ball game, and this could be over real quick. It's 7-0 right now. That 7 plays, 38 yards, 3 minutes and 36 seconds. This is the 8th play of the drive. Play clock's at 4, 3, and a flag is on the play, and we'll see what it is. And it could be against the Seahawks. And against the Seahawks. Ball start. Final in Denver, the Broncos with a 33-30 win over the Buffalo Bills in overtime. The Buffalo Bills, or I should say the Broncos, will now advance to the AFC Championship to take on the winner of the AFC Championship. They'll take on tomorrow's winner of the Patriots-Texans game tomorrow. 1st and 15. It's Walker. Walker stop there. Kenny Walker, the third, picking up some changes, be second down.
They complement each other really, really well when they play with their skill players. And listen, Darnold, he's been great at as a big play, off that play action. That's what's working.
So it'll be second down for the 49 for the Seahawks. Darnold's at quarterback, 2 of 3 for 13 yards. Let's score in offense, 54%, 21st in the NFL. And Darnold back to throw is a fake that throws, complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's tackled out of bounds. The tackle has been made by number 36. And that's number Marcus Sieg with the stop.
On the right side of the screen, dealer's choice. If that corner stays back, he throws underneath. If the corner stays up,
Marcus Sieg.
Sam does a great job. Again, being outside of the pocket, he's sneaky, athletic. He's a very good passer on the run.
3rd and 1. And Charbonnet gets just buried. And coming into the play to stop him is both Lenore and Winters. And it will be 4th down coming up for Seattle. What a great stop by the Niners defense. As D Winters and getting an assist by Dominic Lenore with the stop. So now it's going to be a field goal unit. Jason Myers, he's 41 out of 48 in field goals. As long as he hit so far as 57. This will be a 31-yard attempt. And the ball placed down, the kick is on its way, enough distance, and it's good. Timeout on the field, 5:06 left to play in the first quarter, and the Seahawks get 10 points out of it. They now lead the 49ers 10-0. We'll take this timeout. So the Seahawks will kick off the football as they lead at 10-0. Sky Moore. Moore picks it up. And there's some skirmishing down there. You know what it is? This is a long-time rivalry by both teams. So it's just a reminder on the scoreboard right now. Denver were winners earlier today. That game just concluded in overtime. Game time temperature 44 degrees. The wind's northeast 6 miles per hour. Purdy, shotgun formation. And hand off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey picking up some change on the play. This is going to be kind of a physical game. These two rivals, a down-out mud bath battle tonight. It's 10-0. If he just came and just missed it, it was Rashid Shaheed's 97-yard kickoff return opener that started off. 2nd down and 7. McCaffrey in motion. Purdy back to throw. Throws it. Complete to tight end Tungus. And Tungus loses the football. And it's picked up by the Seahawks. And the Seahawks got it. And it's the defensive back Love with the ball. As Jake Tungus came in there and got the first down. And he got personaged by the ball by the Seahawks. And it was number 13 for the Seahawks. It was defensive back Julian Love got the ball, and we'll take this time out. The Seahawks will have the ball. We'll be right back. So it was Ernest Jones who came up with that strip fumble, and the Seahawks get the ball. And right now they have a 2-possession game, and now they got an opportunity to increase their lead to have a 3-possession game. As Darnold back to pass under pressure, and he gets sacked. It's Malik Mustafa with the sack. And it's second down, a big loss for the Seahawks.
A run blitz. He's shaking up. Darnold up in the tackle. He just didn't understand that Mustafa had a full head of steam coming off the left side. Look at him just come. It's a run blitz. They're just trying to challenge it. It ends up being play action, and he beats Walker to the inside.
Ernest Jones, the linebacker who got that.
Very fast guy. Darnold has no idea that he's going to track him down with that type of speed.
That's second and 20. 4 dropbacks, a sack, pressure twice. And it's Darnold throws and complete the Cooper Kupp, and he's out of bounds. And that could be enough for a first down. Yes, that's going to be enough for a Seahawks first down. So that's going to be enough for a Seahawks first down. And that puts him deep into San Francisco's territory at the 30-yard line. First and 10. 3 catches and 34 yards so far in this opening in this game. Jackson Jamia and the blitz and the pass thrown incomplete. Niners trailing already 10-0. They cannot afford to go down any further.
Niners just have done a great job. They did it last week in Philly. It's a little bend but don't break, but then all of a sudden they just show up out of nowhere.
And boy, you could have used Fred Warner and Nick Bosa in this situation, you know.
And that's what Saleh's trying to do.
Second down and 10. Second and 10. Niners must stop the Seahawks right now. And Darnold back to pass under pressure. And they misses. He gets out of the pocket, throws, incomplete. It's going to be a pass interference against the 49ers. And that's going to give the Seahawks a first and goal. And the Niners are in big trouble. So it's an automatic first down on Siegel.
Last week, filling in for Jair Brown, injured himself in the Eagle game. It's frustrating to start the game like this.
Not a good way to start. It's first and goal Seattle. If they get any point, the Niners got to hold them to at least a field goal or a touchdown here, and they'll be down by 3 scores. Hand off to Walker, and Walker gets stuffed. And they get stuffed. It'll be second and goal.
Yeah, just such a wave, right? The opening came off, and that stop was like just almost get through this first quarter still standing.
Well, it's an exhilarating win last week in Philly, and then you get on the plane to fly home, and you have a good week of practice, and you think, okay, we're playing a division rival. We're going to just kind of get up there and do what we've done. We beat them once this year, and then all of a sudden, opening kickoff, Shaheed goes 9.
Ronaldo Green getting chewed out by Shanahan at second and goal. Second down and goal for the Seahawks. And he's going to roll out, sprint right, and the blitz throws to the end zone, and it is caught by Smith-Njigba for a Seahawk touchdown. Jackson Smith-Njigba for a touchdown, and the Seahawks now increased it to a 3-possession game at 16-0, and depending on and now the momentum has swung in favor of Seattle, and the Niners are in deep trouble. And the Seahawks are having a commanding lead, and this is the reason why they're the champions of the NFC West, and they got that #1 seed. And the kick is up, and it is good. 1:15 left to play in the first quarter, under 2 minutes, and the Seahawks, they have scored 17 unanswered points. It's a 17-0 Seattle lead. You are listening to the Watch Party NFC Divisional Playoff on Niners Radio 49. So the Seahawks now of the biggest deficit by a Niner team since in 5 years. That was during the pandemic season. So 17-0, and the Niners got to start getting back into this game. They gave up an opening kickoff for 97 yards and then gave up a touch, and then the Seahawks forced a Niner turnover, take away that turnover. So the Niners down 17-0 as Purdy back to throw, screen, jet swing to McCaffrey to the 40 and picks up. That'll be a good enough for a 49er first down. So if I'm the 49ers, if I'm Kyle Shanahan, they got to start going more, try to get into, start chipping away, get into a rhythm like a no-huddle offense. 17-0. Niners trailed that at one point in that NFC Championship game when they came back and beat the Falcons in the NFC Championship game some 13 years ago. They got to get some time. Still early in this contest. They cannot let Seattle dictate this game or it could be an ugly blowout. They down 17-0. 5 seconds on the play clock. 4, 3, 2. And it's a delay counter to McCaffrey. And it's second down.
In this crowd noise, it's virtually impossible. It's hard to make any adjustments late. It's hard to change plays. It's hard to everything feels hard. Look at Juszczyk and Jennings to the top. There's no much because
so it will now be second and long. Second, they need 9 yards for a first down. Seattle scored 7 points off a Niner turnover. And Purdy back to throw. Throws complete to Purdy. Purdy is down about the 50-yard line. And the clock's going to tick down to 8 seconds left. Looks like it's going to be the last play of the first quarter. Niners. So that's the end of the first quarter, and the Niners trail 17-0. We will take this time out, and so we'll be right back. Niners trail 17-0. We'll go to the second quarter in just a moment. The Niners 12 plays, 47 points. The Seahawks got 7 points off the Third and 5. Shotgun. Cody. Back to the pass. Throws it. And makes the catch. Rebounds and picks up. As Cody under pressure, coming out of the pocket. And touches. Great catch. Makes up for that loss over previous time. Handed to CMC. That'll be a second down play. It'll be second down. Second down. 2 yards in the play. Niners watch the Seahawks watch the Niners third and second down. First 2 yards. Niners second down and 8. Niners and Seahawks facing each other in the first down for the 49ers.
It hasn't necessarily been to the run. He's actually finished the regular season 6th in the league in receptions. It's unbelievable.
That'll be enough for a 49er first down.
He's just an absolute workhorse. Can't say enough great things about him.
Brock Purdy so far 7 of 8 for 55 yards. Play clock's down to 4, 3, and they're going to burn a timeout. So their timeout number 1 up 2 left. We'll take this timeout. We'll be right back right after this. You're listening to the NFC Divisional Playoffs, and we'll be right back on Niners Radio 49. You're listening to the NFC Divisional Playoffs. Watch for your location right at O'Reilly's Bar here in San Francisco. We'll be right back.
See that?
15 plays. Seattle 68 yards, Niners 67. 7 of 8 at 35 yards. First and 10. Shotgun formation in the backfield is McCaffrey. Purdy back to throw. Has his time. He wants to hold that ball. And he overthrows it to the right line. James. It's incomplete. It'll be second down for the 49ers.
Motion where he goes outside of the single receiver and then comes back. You realize it's supposed to be started out here. The corner stays out, so he knows it's down. So you got a zone concept, the high 7 line. What I'm saying, running on the 7 aggressive run. The smidge up.
Second down and 10. Brock Purdy, so 7 plays, 36 yards. Back to throw goes Purdy. He rolls out, looking, and so he has to force that one out of bounds.
Yeah, hit the Marcus Robbins on the left side of the screen, but he got kind of flushed and there was nothing there. I saw him break free right from the start. Because that quick pressure, Murray's going to to the right, go away. Again, this is...
And now it's 3rd and long now for the 49ers. 3rd and 10.
Forces the quarterback to throw the ball because he wants to...
Niners desperately going to try to get some points. They need to look for a big 7.
It's so frustrating for the quarterback.
Infield goal wins. Niners are 2 of 3. Throw down conversions tonight. Back to the throw goes Purdy. Purdy takes his time. He waits. Throws. Complete to McCaffrey. McCaffrey's on the quick. And he was knocked in the first down. He's about 5 or 6 yards short. So it'll be 4th down. We'll see what Kyle's going to do. I think you've got to go for the field goal right here. Actually, he's 3 yards short. They need to get some points right here. He gained 7. Panero 28 after 9 goals. 40-yard attempt. He really got a 64-yard attempt to close him up to go on Monday Night Football. Here's the ball placed down. The kick is on its way. Gets it, and it is good. Timeout on the field. So the Niners field forward. And we'll take this timeout.
Championship 2013.
So we go back to the game. 20-yard field goal by Eddie Pinero at 17-3. Look at some of the videos here.
He was such a great player.
Probably the best rivalry in all of football. You think the rivalry of the years of the Bears Packers. The Giants beat
so many beats. Each battle that tells how
It's hit after a 2-yard gain. And this place was ready to roll after they got to a run on the opening kick.
Second down for the It'll be second down coming up. It'll be second down coming up.
Yeah, it's just the injection of adrenaline. 13 seconds into the game, now 7 number. They scored 3 points last time they played in the game. They gave up 7 in 13 seconds. That's
right now, that's the difference. Donald back to throw. Walker some open space. Just allows
There's a lot to like about this game. You just see a simple screen pass.
4th down and 2 coming up.
The play action, the creative screens. You see JSN making his plays. They mix the personnel groupings. It just forces the defense to play everything. And when you play everything, you kind of play on your heels. It's hard to be open to anything when you got to deal with everything.
3rd and 2.
The
Seahawks have went to 2 on 3rd down conversions. And Darnold back play action. As his time he throws, he wants the 3-1 home run ball, and the pass is incomplete. Intended to receive was really been the star of the game so far tonight for the Seahawks. So it's a 3-and-out for the Seahawks. They're going to have to play, and the Niners will get the ball back.
Sam, for some reason, thinking about it, I was going to Sam. Go to the open. When you're feeling good, TV was 17-3, there's a lot of here right now. But for the Orange County Park, the Dixie line is good first rush.
And the high fly ball, that ball will go out of bounds about at the
It's the highest paid punter in the league.
52-yard punt, timeout on the field. 10-12 left to play the first half. 17-3 Seattle over San Francisco.
Or gets you into exclusive events. He has no idea who I am. Nice guy though. Obviously missed the entire 2000s.
The pace of today's economy because league venues always feeling
Now the most powerful QuickBooks ever on the Intuit platform. With a team of
So we're back here at 1st and 10 as McCaffrey trying to find running up the hill and picking up some change on the play. It'll be second down. Second down and second down coming up. Second down and 3 coming up. Second and 3. Robinson's in there in motion. And it's going to be McCaffrey. McCaffrey fighting. He picks up the 3. He gets enough for a first down. Myers, if they could just get a touchdown right here, they could get themselves back into the game. They trail right now by 14. First 3 possessions, 7 plays, a lost fumble, and then on this drive they get a field goal. So McCaffrey 7 carries for 24 yards. First and 10. Robinson and his tongue just in motion. Back to throw goes Purdy. Purdy rolls out, rolls right, sets, throws. The tongue just, he puts to the 35 to the 30, and that's going to be enough for a 49er first down. Take a look at our NFL scoreboard. So that'd be enough for a first down for the. Enough for a first down. First down, 1st and 10. Jake Tongue's 4 catches for 43 yards and a lost fumble. Purdy on the blitz, complete to Tunges, and takes it up to midfield. A great catch. Tackled by Kobe Bryant, and that's enough for a 49er first down. Niners need to get a big touchdown right here. If they can get a touchdown, they're right back in this game. So it's a great catch by Tunges, filling in for the injured George Kittle. Targeted 5 times and his hand off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey trying to find some open seams and pick up about a couple on the play. Purdy is 10 of 13 for 93 yards passing. A reminder coming up, Super Bowl 60s are coming up. Go to SuperBowl60.com for all the interactive games. The Pro Bowl will be at Moscone Center. Second down and 8. McCaffrey in motion. Purdy back to throw. In space motion, complete to McCaffrey, and he's got enough as he got out of bounds, enough for a first down for the 49ers. Purdy now throwing 11 of 14 for 102 yards. And they're starting to get this rhythm. How you battling through adversity? 1st and 10. 6:15 left to play in the first half. Glad you guys joined. Niners 8 first downs to the Seahawks 6. Shotgun formation. Usyk on the swing side. And Kyle Shanahan will burn his second timeout. And we'll take this quick timeout. We'll be right back. All right, so the Niners have 70 total yards, and the Seahawks only 8 for this quarter. 17-3, the Niners trail. They need to get a big score right here. They need to try to get a big 6 to get back in this contest. 6:03 left to play in the first half. Robinson motion ends in a jet sweep run. Oh, the flea flicker. Purdy completes to Robinson. Robinson breaks to the outside, spinning, trying to find some real estate right back to the original line of scrimmage as DeMarcus Robinson, who had that big game last Sunday against Philadelphia, they only get a yard out of that play. So it will be second down for the 49ers. Second down and 9. Purdy, 12 of 15 for 103 yards. Second and 9. McCaffrey breaks to the outside as he picked up about 3 yards on the play. It'll be third down. Niners trying to chip away. They're trailing 17-3. Rashid Shaheed opened the kickoff of a 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Then the Seahawks got a turnover when Jake Tungus caught what would have been a first down but loses the football. The Seahawks drove the ball and scored a touchdown on that. 3rd and 6. They need to get to about Purdy back to throw. Cox throws complete to Ricky Pearsall. A great somersault catch, and that's good for a 49er first down. Ricky Pearsall, who missed the last couple games, who's still dealing with that PCL injury, and that was a catch. Or maybe not. So it's 1st and 10, depending if the Seahawks if they're going to review this play. So they're going to take and it may be an incomplete pass. If it is, it'll be 4th down, and we'll take a look at the second look on our replay monitor, the Fox replay monitor. But he just could not, let the ball hit the ground, must have hit the ground. So it's incomplete, so it's 4th and 6. Pinero's going to come in with a chance for a field goal. I think if you're the 49ers, when you're trailing, you got to take as many points you can. This will be a 56-yard field goal if he makes it. But if he ends up missing this field goal, the Seahawks get back at the original line of scrimmage. The ball, high snap, ball kick. He has enough distance and it is straight through. It is good. Pinero still continues. So now they're down by 11. Timeout on the field. And now it's 17-6 with 4:32 left to play in the first half. We'll be right back. Back at 10 plays, 57 yards, 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Pinero hits a field goal, the longest field goal in 49ers history. That's a new standard for the 49ers. As taking a look around the scoreboard, so a new standard has been set. See on the sideline, Fred Warner out since week 7 when he broke his ankle in that game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
He is the heart and soul of this team that you know, and to see him down here trying to talk up the team around the head.
Just getting some bad news. Bo Nix suffered a broken ankle, and Walker with the run, and he gets taken down with the stop. Getting some bad news. The Broncos won the game, but unfortunately, Bo Nix is out with the broken ankle, and he'll miss the rest of the postseason. This is just a crazy with injuries. Last week it was George Kittle tearing his Achilles. 17-6, the Niners trail by 11. If they could get a stop right here and hopefully get the ball back and get some points, that would be for the second half. 2nd and 7. Hand off to Walker. Walker finds some room, and he gets stopped. And it's Siegel with the tackle, and it'll be 3rd down coming up.
This defense continues to play so hard. It's because they know he's able to play Fred Warner every single day in practice, just leading the team. And he's not out there with his brothers right now. It kills him not to be out there. But he's doing anything he can to contribute to victories for this team, no doubt. Assisting Salah, assisting the linebackers.
So, Seahawks got 43, 3rd down and 1. 3rd down and 1. And a power pitch to, and Charbonnet does not get the 1st down. And a great stop by the Niner defense. Eric Kendricks coming in there with the stop and and there's a penalty marker on the play. And he is down hurt. Flag is on the play. And he is not getting up.
An amazing 1-2 punch for this team. Each have their significant styles, but they're basically interchangeable to play with.
So we'll see. And that's a defensive holding. It's going to wipe out the play. So it's an automatic 1st down, and the Seahawks keep possession. So, injury timeout. Hope Charbonnet is okay. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back. So Zach Charbonnet goes into the 10.
The penalty gave the Seahawks the first down. That would have been 4th and 1. Instead, the drive continues.
1st and 10 for the Seahawks. So
Just called up from the practice squad for they played one game for the Seahawks this year.
1st and 10 for the Seahawks. Play clock's down to, and the reverse is Shaheed. Shaheed's going the other way. He's going to get the first down, and he's looking to the 40 and takes it deep, and many more. So it was a jet swing motion reverse. And Shaheed has really been the star of the game for the Seahawks. He's already returned a kickoff return for 97 yards on the opening kickoff for a 97-yard touchdown return. So we're now at the 2-minute warning. We'll be right back. So here's Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. 2-minute warning. Niners trail by 11. They hopefully try to get the ball back before the half ends. And the play clock set. Then Darnold back to throw under pressure. He throws and then passes incomplete. And that was intended by the fullback, D. Winters. Making that coverage on the play for the 49ers.
Kind of rolling out to the right here. He's got Cruz, his fullback, who's a big boy. And that's a lot of men. That's a big man and a big
Niners will get the ball to start for the second half. We'll have our halftime update. Broncos winning a thriller overtime in Denver, 33-30. Unfortunately, they got some bad news. Bo Nix, their starting quarterback, could be out for the rest of the postseason. Second down, Darnold back to throw. He throws, is incomplete. Incomplete pass, and it's now 3rd and 10.
Yeah, pretty good coverage by D. Winters, just kind of following underneath that in-cut. Sam's not going to throw the interception.
Now it's 3rd and 10 for the.
Gregory Martin now, 3rd and 10. Winters defense has struggled to get off the field at times this year.
3rd down and 10. Myers 103 passing yards to the Seattle, only 42. They need to get to about the 34 for a first. Ball at the 44-yard line. Back to throw is Darnold. Darnold throws, complete. That's enough for a first down. And the pass is complete, and that's enough for a Seahawk first down. So big 3rd down conversion on the play. And it's at the 20. Seahawks already now in field goal range, and it's to Walker. Walker finds an open streak down to the 10-yard line. Now it's 1 minute left to play in the first half. Myers got to hold him to at least a field goal, and they'll be down by only 14. And they're going. The Seahawks are going no huddle. They actually did 2nd and 1. They need to get to the 9 for a first down. In motion is the tight end, and he gives to Walker. Walker gets the first down, and he is down to about at the. It will be a 1st and goal for the Seahawks. It'll be their 2nd team timeout. The Niners will get the ball to start the second half. Don't look good right now. You look back and we'll go take this timeout. So it's 1st and goal. Seahawks in the 9 plays, 73 yards. The Niners got to hold them to at least a field goal. Darnold, I know it's going to be the Walker. Walker fights into the end zone. Touchdown Seahawks. Kenny Walker, who burnt the 49ers 2 weeks ago on Saturday night. 2 weeks ago tonight on that big 17-yard touchdown play. And the Seahawks is busting this wide open. It now regain a 3-possession game. And Kenny Walker has burnt the Seahawks 49ers and found the open space, and he goes into the end zone for a touchdown. So now the ball placed down, the kick is on its way, and it's got a timeout on the field. The Niners now trail 24-6. Kenny Walker, who burnt them 2 weeks ago in that game, and the Niners now going to have to try to get some points before the half. And then, when you look at it right now, when you look at, without George Kittle, without Fred Warner and Nick Bosa, your 2 edge rushers, they've just been undermanned with all the injuries. So, and this is a Seahawks team who it was on a 10-play, 80-play yard, 4 minutes and 1 second. And Niners trail 24-6. And I think the two plays that's going to be the difference is why they up was the kickoff return by Rashid Shaheed, and then the takeaway, the Seahawks getting that takeaway when Jake Tungus recovered the football for a fumble, and the Niners got less than a minute to see what they can do. Sky Moore having a great year. Sky Moore gets tackled, and they get stopped. So there's the stop right there. You're listening live here at the O'Reilly's Irish Bar here in San Francisco in the Haight-Ashbury District for 49er Watch Party, the National Football Conference Divisional Playoff. Professor P here. The winner of this game will advance to the NFC Championship game 1 week from tomorrow, for the right to play, for the right to go to Super Bowl 60 3 weeks from tomorrow in Santa Clara. Purdy under pressure, throws incomplete. So it'll be second down for the 49ers. McCaffrey leaving the sideline. A little bit of limpy on the pull, getting limped. Second down and 10. Purdy back to throw. Under pressure, he's going to run it. He's to the 30, to the 40. He'll have enough for a first down, and he gets tackled right out of bounds. He did not get out of, did he get out of bounds? I don't.
Everything they can to limit those explosive plays, and then when you rush with the front four, and you're able to get home, you're just getting the strength of what the Seahawks defense is. One area where they have struggled with is their pass rush discipline. So it's allowing some of these scrambling quarterbacks over the course of the season to get out and make.
So it's no timeouts. The Niners have no timeouts, and McCaffrey. 13 seconds left, and McCaffrey's kind of a little bit shaky on the sideline. Hopefully he can get back and to be able to be okay. First and 10. And the Seahawks will come out for the remainder of the postseason, and that will be huge.
You run sideline plays and try to get ball down, but every defense in the league guards the sideline now. So you got to come up with some.
Niners trail 24-6. First down and 10. Niners try to hopefully to get something before the half comes to an end. Need to get to the 30, going left to right. Purdy back to throw, under pressure, and he throws. It's intercepted. It's incomplete, out of bounds. Out of bounds with 7 seconds left to play in the first half.
Yeah, it's interesting. They try to create a play where all three receivers kind of blow the top off the coverage, and they run targets from the right side of the field to the left side.
Get some news going in. 7 seconds left. The Niners have no timeout, so they got to go a wing and a prayer. They got to get to at least for the 30 and try to clock and spike the ball for. And he's got to go the Hail Mary grand salami. Throws in the air. It is Incomplete, intended for Jake Tungus, who nearly came up with a grab. And the first half comes to an end, and the Seahawks has, and Tungus nearly came up with a sensational play, big pin play. So it's 24-6 Seahawks lead. We'll have our halftime update in just a few. You're listening to the NFC Divisional Playoff. We're here live at the Rileys. We'll be right back. We'll be our halftime update. So we're getting ready for the start of the second half. Professor B here on Niners Radio 49. We're doing our 49ers block watch party. The Niners got some work to get done. They already have the kickoff already. So as Purdy back to throw, he has his time. He's under pressure. He throws it incomplete, out of bounds. And McCaffrey got banged up. Take a look at the other scores from the first half statistics. So it's second down, third down and 9. As Purdy takes his steps back to throw. Under blitz pressure, Purdy steps his time. He throws it in the field. It's caught by Jennings. He got himself a 49er first down. Purdy was under pressure, and he was able to elude the Seahawks defender for the Seahawks. It was Nasui, and that's enough for a 49er first down. Great catch by Jennings, his second reception of the game. Niners trail 24-6. Purdy back to pass under pressure. He's being rushed out of the pocket. He's going to have to throw it out of bounds above the line of scrimmage. And he's able to get that ball back through the original line of scrimmage. And Jake Tungus is limping off from the field. Think about, oh, and I think he must have buckled his ankle. And Tungus has 6 targets, 5 catches for 59 yards. Second down and 10. Ushek in motion. Purdy on a counter to the running back. It's number 29, James. McCaffrey is still out there injured. McCaffrey has not gotten back into the game. He's third down and 3. Robinson single formation. Hands off to Robinson. Robinson will not get the first down. So it will be a fourth down coming up. So and they're going to go for it on 4th and 2. 4th down and 2. Fourth and 2. Niners are 0 for 1 first down. Pearsall in motion. 4th and 2. Purdy back to throw. Under pressure, he gets sacked, and the Seahawks take over on downs. It's Williams who stopped the play. Seattle will take over. Leonard Williams with the stop. And timeout on the field. With 12:06 left to play in the third quarter, Seahawks lead it 24-6. You're listening to the Niners Radio Special Watch Party, 49er Watch Play, the NFC Divisional Playoff between your San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks on Niners Radio 49. So we're back. The Seahawks hit the ball. They turn over the Niners turn over downs, and as Kenny Walker finds some real estate, he will, and then you pick up some change on the play. That'll be second down coming up. Tomorrow, the second half of the divisional playoffs will be, the early game will be the Patriots hosting the Houston Texans in Foxborough. And then it will be, the late game will be the Bears and the Rams in Soldier Field. 2nd and 3. If this holds up for the Seahawks, they will host the NFC Championship next Sunday in Seattle. Darnold back to throw. Pressure throws. It's complete to the former Ram, Cooper Kupp. And this is enough for a first down. And that's enough for a first down for the Seahawks. 80 score here for the Seahawks. That could be significant, dire straits jeopardy for the 49ers. 1st and 10, hand off to Walker. Walker gets it up the middle. He gets stopped, and Mustaka made the stop right there. It'll be second down coming up. There's some NFL news coming in. Kevin Stefanski will be named the new head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. Kupp has 4 catches for 45 yards tonight. 2nd and 2. 2nd down and 2. Second and 2, handoff to Walker, and that's enough for a first down. McCaffrey is still on the sideline, has not returned to the game. We'll try to get a report when we get a chance. Jake Tung is warming up on the sideline. 1st and 10. And Darnold back to pass. And he gets hit, was sacked. And it was Bryce Hoff with the play. And down with the sack. And I think it was, yeah, if it was Bryce Huff with the sack. Second down at 18. Niners guys try to hope to get a takeaway. Play clock is dead. Walker. And he runs out of bounds, I think, was pushed by Bryce Hoff and Dominic Lenoir. It's now 3rd down and 13. It's 3rd and 13. Third and 13. And Darnold back to throw. Under pressure, he released the ball complete to Nick Shabia. And he's fighting, and he will not get the first down. So it'll be 4th down coming up. 4th and 2. The Seahawks are just 2 yards short for a first down. So Jason Myers will come in. He's 1 for 1. 24-yard field goal. And the kick is up and it's good. Timeout on the field. So the Seahawks now increase their lead with a 21-point lead. And it's now 27-6. We'll be right back. Back here at O'Reilly's Irish bar here in the city, formerly known as the Milk Bar here. Seahawks increased their lead to 27-6. You look at the picturesque of the beautiful skyline of the Pacific Northwest in Seattle. You look at that big Ferris wheel, remind me of the Sky Wheel down at Fisherman's Wharf. And it's not Sky Moore, picks it to the outside. I think it's Robinson, Brian Robinson. And the defensive line has just been penetrating. And look at some of these plays as they, I mean, it's 1st and 10. Seahawks have only allowed 10 yards, and it's just missed the grab. Shotgun formation. Let's see what they can do. Is Purdy back to pass? And Purdy, throw it to Juszczyk. Juszczyk gets tackled. They get tackled. It'll be 2nd down. And McCaffrey comes back in there after kind of a bit of a brief hiatus. 14 touches for 68 total yards. McCaffrey, who will get some votes for he's a candidate for the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year, but I think Deja Smith should win it for the Seahawks. Purdy back to pass. He has some time. He has all night till the cows come home. Throws and the pass is picked off. It is intercepted. And intercepted by the linebacker. And it is Ernest Jones for the interception. one of the best defenses in the NFL. And that was, I believe it was intended for Luke Farrell. Look at the dejection of the Niner faithful who made the trip from the Bay Area on their way to bitter disappointment once again. Timeout on the field. We'll take this timeout. San Francisco trail by 21. Second takeaway for the Seahawks tonight. Ernest Jones with an interception. He also picked up and recovered a fumble to second. Seattle is +2 in that turnover takeaway giveaway ratio tonight. Niners are -2. You will not win playoff games and be successful when you're losing the takeaway giveaway battle. Seattle has the upper hand +2 and the Niners do not. And the pass is by the wide receiver to Nijamia Smith. Jackson Smith Jabia, who is the prime, have over 1,200 yards in receptions, is the prime candidate for the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year. And you're looking at some of the replay that Trent Williams and the Seahawks players, and it's Walker. Walker gets stopped, and the tackle's been made by Siegel. A lot of chirping between these two teams. This rivalry is alive and well. Niners trail by 21. They got some work that they need to get done. 3rd down and 5. We'll have our post-game show immediately following this contest. Seahawks 116 rushing yards. The Niners are only 55. 3rd and 5. The Niners need to stop right there. Back to throw is Darnold. Wide open, but a great catch by Kenny Walker. And that will give the Seahawks a 1st down. That's enough for a Seahawks 1st down. So that's enough for a Seahawks 1st down. Kenny Walker, 24 yards rushing, 64 and 28 yards in total receptions. 1st and 10. As Rashid gets nowhere and been stopped by Dean Winters. Playing very well tonight. Remember, he had that pick 6 interception against the Colts in the NFC about nearly a month ago against the Colts in Indianapolis. They sealed the Niners' victory. They clinched the playoff spot. Second down and 13. Shotgun formation. Play clock is down to 3, 2. Darnold back to pass. Pass throws complete to the former Ram Cooper Kupp as Upton is trying to purse snatch that ball from Kupp. And that's enough for another Seahawk first down. Look at if Kyle Shanahan. You can see the frustration for the 49ers. Cooper Kupp targeted 5 times, 5 catches for 60 yards. 1st and 10. 1st down and 10. Play clock's down to 1-0. They're able to get it off in time. And then the timeout has been granted for Seattle will be their first. 2:28 left to play in the third quarter. And the Seahawks all over San Francisco. 27-6. You're watching or listening to the NFC Divisional Playoff 49ers Radio 49 Watch Party Special at the O'Reilly Pub here in San Francisco on Niners Radio 49, part of the Satellite Digital Media News Network. .228, and the Seahawks have control of this. They have control of this game since the opening kickoff. And it's Walker. First down into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. And that is probably the game breaker, the butter maker, the toast rumper, and that could be all she wrote for the 49ers. And some of the faithful here are starting to hit the exits here at the Irish Pub. And the Seahawks have increased their lead to 33-6. And for the 49ers, who had some great momentum going after that win against the Philadelphia Eagles in the wild card round a week ago, and the extra point is good. Well, you're coming back on that very short week, and you don't like to make excuses, but it's 34-6. And we'll take this time out. We'll be right back. And with 2:23, you're listening to the NFC Divisional Playoff Niners Radio 49 special remote from here on Niners Radio 49. Seahawks scoring drive, 6 plays, 47 yards, 3 minutes and 46 seconds. The Seahawks now have a commanding 34-6 lead over the San Francisco 49ers. So it's all for pride from this point forward. The Niners got to keep playing hard, and it's Sky Moore who is having a great year. And I think it really set the tone. Seahawks defense, 76.9 split safety coverage rate, season high. Purdy versus split, 11 of 19, 89 yards in an interception. So that's a part of the stats for tonight. Way it looks right now, Greg Papa, who, our heart goes out to Papa, who battled through the cancer and the leukemia. Looks like, he will not be calling the NFC Championship. We won't see him again until next year. And then for Fred Warner's return, we'll hope to see him and Nick Bosa back for when the team reconvened for OTAs in the spring. So Brock Purdy, 14 of 24 for 133 yards in an interception. 2nd and 12. Purdy is back to pass. He rolls out of the pocket. He will run, and he goes out of bounds. This rivalry renewed between these two long rivals. Niners and Seahawks since but you got, even though if the Niners realistically, if they don't win this game tonight, you'll have to tip your hat for what they have gone through with all the injuries and the players who came in and replaced Bosa and Warner. This will be a good lightning field for them for next year. But they got some free agents coming up, and a lot of change over every year is different. Purdy back to throw. He throws it, and the pass is complete. And he dropped it. It was knocked away. Jennings had himself a first down and maybe more. It was broken up by the defensive back for the Seahawks. It's Tariq Woolen with the breakup. And the Niners after that, it's on 4th and 3. 4th down and 3 for the 4th down and 3. And a timeout has been administered by the Seahawks. That'll be their second timeout of the half. San Francisco have all of their timeouts remaining. So let's go take a timeout. We'll take this break and we'll be right back. Or we're not going to take a timeout, which is just, you look at it, the way it looks right now, the Seahawks will host the winner of tomorrow's Bears and Rams game. That will be in Chicago, and that will be on NBC. The 12th man in the Seahawks, they earned that right when the Niners didn't do nothing against them 2 weeks ago at home, and that was the difference, winning the division. Even though they had a better record in the division, Purdy back to throw. And he flirting out of the pocket like Fran Tarkenton used to do back in the 70s. He throws it, and it is incomplete. Intended for Kendrick Bourne. And the Niners will take over, or the Seahawks, I will say, will take over on downs. Niners turn over the ball over on downs. Timeout on the field. And with 41 seconds left to play in the third quarter, it's all Seahawks. They lead your 49ers 34-6. You're listening to the NFC Divisional Playoff, a Niners radio special exclusive watch party, virtual watch party from the Kelly Irish O'Reilly's here in San Francisco on Niners Radio 49, part of the Satellite Digital Media News Network. All right, so we continue on Niners Radio 49, part of the Satellite Digital Media News Network. Professor B here, and we keep on broadcasting. Even though the Niners are trailing, it's all for pride from this point forward. The Seahawks have busted this pretty much. 340 yards traveled on 29 dropbacks. That's the longest since 20 on the next-gen stats. Sam Darnold, 12 of 17 for 124 yards and a touchdown. And it's Walker, once again, it's just keep on just torching the 49ers. That's enough for another first down for the Seahawks. So that's going to be the end of the third quarter, 34-6. If they get another touchdown here, this would be the Niners could be on pace to have one of their worst postseason losses in recent times. Into the third period, 34-6, Seahawks over the 49ers. We'll be right back. So we go to the fourth quarter now as Walker, it's the Kenny Walker show as he continued to torture the 49ers into their misery as we're now in the fourth quarter. Any score right here, they could hand San Francisco is on pace now to hand the 49ers one of their worst postseason losses in recent history. The last time the Niners I can remember get beat bad in a playoff game, you could go back to the divisional playoff game, and it's Walker and gets stopped. It'll be second and goal. It'll be second down and goal. Mike McDonald is second year as head coach. Clint Kubiak's the offensive coordinator, the brother of point differential for the Seahawks, 191. But you got to give credit. John Schneider, the president of football operations and general manager, for what he has done for the Seahawks organization. One of the best organizations in pro football. Second and goal. And it's Walker. Walker gets in there. It'll be second, or I should say third and goal. A lot of the churning, frustration, Dominic Lenore getting into Walker. It has been that running game that has just been the thing. When you don't have your edge rusher, Nick Bosa, or your two All-Pros, or Mikael Williams, I mean. Looking at some of the players' stats, D. Winters leaves the game. The Seahawks have held Christian McCaffrey in check, 10 carries for 27 yards, averaging only 2.7 yards. While on the other side for the Seahawks, third and goal. And it's Walker. He will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A six-yard run. He's now had 110 yards rushing, average 6.1 yards, and 2 touchdowns for tonight. Now it's a 40-6 game. This is one of the worst defeats San Francisco hadn't had in quite some time in postseason. You could go back, the Niners, fun fact, 41 points is the most they haven't given up in a long time. The kick is up and it's good. Timeout on the field. 12:43 left to play in the game. It's 41-6. All Seahawks. They have pantsed Robert Saleh's defense. 12:43 left to play. You're listening to the NFC Divisional Playoffs, a Niners Radio 49 special here at O'Reilly's, and a lot of the faithful has left the building. 41-6, Seattle over your San Francisco 49ers. We'll be right back. We'll take this time out. We're back here at the O'Reilly's Pub, a bar here in San Francisco, and it is around a lot of the 49er faithful has already left the building like King the Elvis the King, just like Elvis. Niners end up getting 7. They get 7 Pro Bowlers. Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Kyle Juszczyk, Beam, All-Pro, Sam Darnold, Pro Bowler, DeMarcus Lawrence, Rashid Shaheed, Jackson Smith, Najiba, Leonard Williams, and Devin Witherspoon. 1st and 10 for the 49ers. 41-6. Brock Purdy, 133 yards, and here's McCaffrey. This will be if this the way it looks right now. Looking at on StatMuse and hand off to number 29, it was trying to look up some information when the last time the 49ers the So here we go. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. So we're back. We apologize for the inconvenience. We're having some technical difficulties, and we continue it live on Niners Radio 49. Stay tuned for our post-game show right after this. It looks like it's going to be our final post-game for 2025, now 26. That'll be coming up at around 8:30 local time, or when this game is concluded. 6:14 left to play in this contest. Taking a look of history. Niners trying to get at least a touchdown. The 41 points, by the way, is the most given up by a San Francisco 49 team in postseason. You're going to go way back to 1986 in the NFC Divisional Playoff. That was on January the 4th, 1987. That was 39 years ago when they got beat by the New York Giants 49-3. Mac Jones, by the way, is in the game at quarterback, and Jones picking up some yards right there. So it will be picking up some yards, running out of bounds, or actually had one carry, no yard. 0 for 1. Brock Purdy's going to sit this one out for the rest of the game. We'll settle all this, see Ricky Pearsall on the sideline coming back today, but it was just too much Seahawks, and it was that kickoff thrown by Rashid Shaheed was a harbinger of what was ahead tonight. Pass complete to Brian Robinson. We'll have our post-game show right after. It's going to be our final 49ers Live post-game show. 413 yards on 33 dropbacks. 4.2 seconds is the longest. And Jones going back to throw. And complete to Luke Farrell, the tight end. Thinking about, you lose Nick Bosa, Freddie Warner, and then you lose Michael Williams, and then you lose George Kittle last week. Caught one ball. Just the injuries. You got to be proud of this team despite of what happened tonight. You can't look at one bad loss. It was just one of those nights. Seattle did earn the right to have home field advantage, and they were well rested. One of the best defenses in pro football. Jones throws it through to Jennings, incomplete. He'll bring up 4th and 6. You look at the numbers tonight on Purdy. Every year is going to be different. We'll have our final post-game show. Will be right here, right after the game, and then we'll wrap it all up from here, and then we'll have our 49ers, the aftermath. We won't have it tomorrow. We'll have it on Monday. After that regular aftermath, sometime during the daytime Monday at midday, we'll recap this the season. Players will go back and clean out their lockers, and Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch will have their final recap of the season. And then they'll have to start cleaning out real quick because the Super Bowl will be coming up 3 weeks in a couple weeks. And we'll be out, even though the Niners won't be in that Super Bowl. That's been the one thing has just eluded them, their 6th title. And should the Seahawks go all the way win the Super Bowl, and then win it at Levi Stadium. That would be more of a worse gut puncher for Niner fans. The three teams, and Johnson, the ball carrier, that would be a gut puncher to 49er fans to see your longtime rival, both the Seahawks and the Rams, having multiple Super Bowl wins. Seattle will have 2, and this really the overall upper hand when it comes to Super Bowls. The Seahawks and the Rams will have theirs, who've appeared in their share of success in recent times since 2000, since divisional alignment 23 years ago, back in 2002. 2nd and 3. It's Johnson again. They're trying to milk down this clock. The 41 points by the 49ers will be the most. The Seahawks, last time were in the NFC Championship, was that classic 11 years ago when the Seahawks stormed all the way back to win that game. They won that 28-22 overtime thriller. They were a time where the defending Super Bowl champs. And boy, it just shows you no matter how their personnel changed over the years, Pete Carroll, Richard Sherman, Russell Wilson, but John Schneider, the Seahawks general manager, pulling another rabbit out of his hat, maybe one of the best executives in pro football, someday will be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And their late owner, Paul Allen, what they have done with this successful franchise. And you talk about that, putting it into perspective, when the Niners failed to win the Super Bowl both times. The first time, I think, when Russell Wilson was there, they beat the Seahawks in the final game 6 years ago to win the NFC West to get home field advantage. But after that, after when Wilson left the Seahawks after the 21 season, and Sky Moore picks it up at the 28-yard line and trying to find some real estate, and he's not going nowhere by the Seahawks, who had a great defense. But look at the positives for this season. The Niners special teams went from dead last to the top, to the best in all of football, despite what happened tonight, giving up that 97-yard kickoff return, the opening drive. But you're looking at this going forward. The Niners have some free agents coming. Juan James, will be able to come back with the 49ers? Also, you know what's going to happen with Robert Saleh, who's being interviewed, multiple interviews now for a coaching position. And then, you know, you look at the status uncertainty with George Kittle. Missed the rest of this postseason for the Achilles injury. His status is uncertain whether he'll be back in time for the start in 26. He could miss significant time heading into the new year because it takes a very long time, at least 9 to 12 months, for that Achilles to be 100%. And the running back is (41-6), the most points, 3 takeaways, 3 turnovers on downs, 13 pressures, 13 sacks by the Seahawks. Stingiest defense tonight. So the Niners still got some work to do to get themselves back to a Super Bowl. And I can always say again, it's very hard to get there to win it. Talked to a lot of people, as now I'm a Niner fan up there. Been a Niner fan since the mid-'80s. Been through their glory years, and, you know, Niners are playing for pride right here. If they don't score touchdowns from here on out, that'll be the fewest points by any team, Niner team to score. Be the worst postseason defeat they did since that ugly 49-3 defeat to the New York Giants 39 years ago, back in the '86 Divisional Playoff at Giant Stadium. Joe Montana getting knocked out of that game with a concussion. Got knocked out of that game with a concussion. We'll have our post-game show, and that's going to do it. Final score, 41-6, Seahawks over your San Francisco 49ers, and what they're going to do now, they certainly know that they still got some work to do. The Seahawks are advancing to their 5th NFC Championship game for the 5th time, only for the 5th time in franchise history. Their first time in 11 years. They were there. They end up winning that classic over the Green Bay Packers 11 years ago. Then they were there, played in the NFC title game in 2014, 12 years ago. The Richard Sherman tip interception sealed them the win. You look at some, and then the other time they were in the NFC Championship was 20 years ago when they beat the Carolina Panthers, the Mike Holmgren, Matt Hasselbeck, Sean Alexander Seahawks back in the mid-2000s. They lost that Super Bowl to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then the Raiders, and then they were back in it. They beat the Denver Broncos in that ugly lopsided defeat. Possibility now they could be. And then the other time they went to the AFC Championship game back in 1983, January of '84, after pulling out that big upset in the divisional playoff against the Miami Dolphins, coached by the late Don Shula in Dan Marino's rookie year. Dolphins fell to the LA Raiders in the AFC title game. That was the only time the Seahawks played in the AFC Championship game in their time in the AFC. They got beat 30-13. Raiders went on to beat the Redskins in Super Bowl 18. And the Niners got a lot more work to do to get themselves back to the highest level to get them to a Super Bowl. So we'll have our post-game wrap coming up on our Niners Radio 49. We'd like to thank all of you guys for listening to tonight's game. I know it's disappointing for Niner faithful for the 32 years and now counting that the 49ers will not be bringing home that 6th Lombardi trophy, and it will be always till next year. So the 12th man, no matter who they change of their personnel, the results still the same. The Seahawks continue to have the Niners number. The names and faces of this rivalry may have changed in recent years, but the results seem of the same. Final score at Lumen Field in Seattle. Their 49ers fall to the Seahawks 41-6. And we'd like to thank you for watching 49ers Live, Niners Divisional Playoff watch party, virtual watch party. And we'll wrap it up from here, and then we'll get you ready for our post-game show in a little bit. For now, I'm Brian Professor B. Davis. I'd like to thank the staff here at O'Reilly's bar here in San Francisco. We'll have our post-game show, and we'll wrap it all up. Our final post-game show on remote tonight on Niners Radio 49, part of the Satellite Digital News Network. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'll talk to you in a few at the post-game. So long. This is Niners Radio 49's exclusive presentation by Satellite Digital Media News, with every team as a fan, every fan as a voice, the network home of champions. Stay tuned for our postgame show coming up next. Professor B signing off for now, and so long. Final score: the Seattle Seahawks 41 and your San Francisco 49ers 6. Thank you for watching 49ers football on Niners Radio 49, part of the Satellite Digital Media News Network.